Masani is originally from the Bronx, but now she calls Clinton Hill home, a place that helped to inspire her line of jewelry. And like her designs, this artist is one of a kind.
Put this here. I can be inspired by anything. Like if I hear a song, it doesn't have to necessarily be something I grew up with. If it touches me and it speaks to me, I'm just open to the universe. I'm open to whatever receives me, I receive it. I truly believe that jewelry is a work of art. And what I want to do is to elevate it where people respect it as a piece of artwork. I'm a Brooklyn resident. I actually came by way of the Bronx. I graduated from Pratt. With me, I always knew art was my vehicle out of the Bronx. And I got a scholarship. I actually went to Parsons, and I went to end up transferring to Pratt. My mother is from St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, and my grandmother's Panamanian. And my grandmother came here not knowing anybody, working in a factory as a seamstress, and wanting to form a union and, you know, get higher pay. And so my mother had me at 14. So growing up in the Bronx for me was very difficult because we were really poor. But, you know, my mom did the best that she could with, you know, 6 kids, and I am the product of, you know, 6 kids. Masani Wearable Sculpture it's wearable art. What it is that I love jewelry, but at the same token, I come from the 80s, like Danceteria, Limelight, Boy George, and I used to watch, and like the dress code, I used to watch Boy George, and I used to watch what he was wearing, and I'm inspired by artists like that, people who are self-expression. Like, I truly believe that everybody's an individual and not everybody's a clone, so I design for the person who colors outside of the box. For me, sculpture is a one of a kind. Like when I go to the Metropolitan Museum and I see a bust, or I see like the David, you know, the sculpture piece David, I see uniqueness and individualism. What I like about wearable sculpture, this sculpture, for me, it still entails that whole me being me, and like me being eclectic, you know, and taking sculpture to another level and sharing it with people, and just bringing out art, you know what I mean, as opposed to just saying, oh, that's just a necklace. I got the Afrokinetic collection, which is inspired by African art and African shapes and symbolism. I do a lot of symbolism as far as circles, because I believe that there is no end and no beginning of the universe. I'm very into stuff like that. There's a part of me that's very elegant Fifth Avenue, very lady, very clean and classy. The pieces are pretty timeless and traditional. You have the Pearl collection, which is freshwater pearls, and they're handmade with sterling silver chain, and they basically cater to a more mature crowd. So you have the Gothic Collection, which is the skulls. You got Bob Marley, the little sterling silver gun. Not that I advise kids to get it, I don't advise violence. This is just basically, it's called the Gothic Collection 3-headed cross. It's sterling silver, it has skulls and crosses on the chain that I made, and then it has 3 heads, 3 skulls with the cross, and then a little dagger on the bottom. So I love it. All right, right now I'm going to take you guys on a tour to my neighborhood. Please, won't you be my neighbor? How you doing? My favorite street, which I reside in my studio, is I'm on Clinton and DeKalb. But what I like about this neighborhood is the people. It's a group of different types of people. People in the neighborhood see me all the time. They trust me. Right now we are at my friend's boutique. She actually sells my jewelry at her establishment, and she's a neighbor of mine, and this is how we do it in Brooklyn.
Basically, I have stuff from all over the world, including, you know, like people, small designer or upcoming designers such as Masani, and like people come to me and drop me, you know, the jewelry, the bags, and right now I have stuff from Senegal, Ghana, Morocco, US, France, and a little bit of everywhere else. The funny part was for me is like to find someone to actually build the space, like because I had the vision, and that's when James come into place because he's the one who actually built the whole space, and I'm like very grateful to him because he actually put my vision into like that little space.
It's an honor, and I'm always grateful to always stop by here because there's so much of myself, and I've given so much of this space, you know, designing it and actually building it.
Very nice to thank you. Thanks for sharing your time with us.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you.
Okay.
All right, guys. Everybody wants a chunk of Brooklyn. If you go to Japan, people are, I'm from Brooklyn or Brooklyn, you know what I mean? I've been around, I've been to Paris, I've been to Amsterdam, and everybody is impressed with Brooklyn. But I do go down the block and I do support the local neighborhood restaurants because I used to always say to myself, wow, I wish I could just live right where I hang out and, you know, play at. All right, I'll be there. All right, thanks. And I frequently go to Chili's for my coffee and my cappuccino and my breakfast in the morning. And then I'll go down to have a, you know, little brunch at Red Bamboo, a little glass of wine, Pinot Grigio. Even when I walk down the street, people will say to me, hey, I'm wearing a pair of your earrings, or like, you know, my mom loves that necklace that she bought, that sapphire necklace, and that makes me feel good. A chunk of me is being disseminated into the universe.
Listen. My jewels come straight from her. You know what I'm saying? My jewels come straight from her. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you. No,
you see what I'm saying? The jewels come straight from her.
Brooklyn has something that je ne sais quoi that no other borough have, and I've been around. I grew up in the Bronx, and I when people ask me, I even say I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Not that I was denying the Bronx, but I just love it so much. I love. It has an essence, and it feeds my spirit because it has trees and everything. I love the brownstones, and I love the people here. And it's just that Brooklyn has a flavor like no other flavor. Like even if you watch somebody walking down a block and they're wearing a certain outfit and stuff like that, you won't find it in any other borough. You know what I mean? People in Brooklyn are very self-expressive. Hey! This is Medivas. This is a wonderful South African restaurant and home to all the fabulous, famous
What's
people.
up, people? How are you?
Good to see you. I see you guys long time. I hope you guys enjoyed my world, and I hope your world is just as beautiful. Peace out.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up, baby? Have a nice
Cheers.